It's awesome. All right, so I really like this time. Okay, I'm good, Stace. Looks like you said yes. So looks like I'm right side up. So today we're back for another life feed. This is what we're going to call these. Instead of a live feed, I'm going to call it a life feed. And you are out on my personal Facebook page. We have a private group of men and women who both are intermittent fasting. We do a clean intermittent fast, and I'll go over that in just a few minutes. But we do fasting, and so our group has grown tremendously over the past few weeks. I am very humbled and surprised and appreciative and everything. But anyway, I'm going to jump into our weekly video. Hi, Jennifer. Can't wait to see what you're doing. So anyway, again, so what I have been doing, I started a group a few weeks ago. I started intermittent fasting on Halloween, and I've had tremendous effects from that. I've done very, very well. I haven't lost a whole lot of weight, but I feel so much better, and I am there's just too many benefits to even go into in one session. But anyway, this is totally free. It's unlike Weight Watchers. It's unlike any other thing that you've ever tried to do to lose weight, because it is totally free. So most people call it fasting. I like to call it time-restricted eating, because I do think sometimes fasting has a negative connotation to it. But I'm going to get right into it. This morning at church, we talked about one decision at a time. All of the decisions throughout your life, you are making one decision towards the end of your life with every single decision. And so life is a sum of all of our decisions. And sometimes we underestimate those really small decisions. He talked about how did I get to where I am? How did I get in the shape I'm in? Or how did I get to the way I am financially? Or any other thing that may be going on in your life? How did you actually get to where you are at this point? And then, how do you get to the point where you want to be? As far as health or finances or maybe a career path, whatever you want in the future for your life to be, what is it that you need to do to get there? So for myself, I've tried Weight Watchers, I've tried all the above, and so has a lot of people out there that are watching me, and I have found that this intermittent fasting for me, this time-restricted window for me, has worked the best. And I tell you the biggest reason why is because I'm not constantly thinking about food. I'm not thinking about what I need to go to the grocery and pick up. I'm not thinking about what I need to meal prep. I'm not thinking about I need to go and pick up more bananas. I'm constantly thinking about other foods whenever I was on other plans. And this one, I just think about time. I just think about, okay, I last ate at a certain time, so I need to make sure I get at least 14, 15, 16 hours at least of time in between when I last ate. So again, I'll go more into that. If you're interested in joining our group, I do have a group. We've actually branded a logo this week. I've created a website. We have Instagram. I'm going to have a YouTube channel going up. I really feel like this is going to be huge. We had 55 new members join our private Facebook group this week. So we're up to 330 members in just a couple weeks' time. Again, I started this back in Halloween, and I had our first meeting right before the first of the year. So anyway, so I wanted to welcome the new members this week. If you're not yet a member of my group, please message me. You can text me, Facebook me. You can Facebook friends that might be watching or friends that are already in the group. You have to be added. It's not like somebody can just get in there and start lurking and watching what's going on our site. So you have to be added by someone already in the group. The group is super supportive. Everybody is watching what everybody's doing. We're sharing tips and we're sharing things that worked for us, things that didn't work for us. So I really hope that if you're interested at all, you come and check out our group. Like I said, just let me know. So I am, again, out on my Facebook page, but I'm going to go over a few things because I share this within our private group. So one of the things that I would like for our private group to start doing is you need to give this way of life at least 50 days. I know some of you have looked at my picture that I had posted and it had been 50 days and you're like, wow. And then you're maybe 10, 15 fasts into this and you're thinking, well, the progress really isn't coming that fast. But you just have to trust the process. You have to trust this process. It will take you a while to get where you want to be. As with anything in life, it takes us a while to get where we want to be. So please, please, please. I know in the beginning I said, let's give it 30 days or so. Just give me 30 days of time. But it's really going to take more of about 50 fasts to get to where I think that you're going to see a huge change in possibly your looks. Again, I've only lost about 15 pounds, but I feel so much better. The inflammation has gone away. My knees don't hurt. I still have pain in my shoulder. As most of you all know, I'm struggling with a pinched nerve right now, but that doesn't have anything to do with my fasting. So what are some of the unexpected changes that you've gone through? Those of you that are out there who are a part of the group, if you all could tell me a couple of the unexpected changes that you've gone through so far, that would be great. I'll kind of keep watching and see if you all can come up and shoot me a couple of those. That would be great. The difference between a dirty fast and a clean fast. Our group only believes in clean fasting. What clean fasting is during your fast window, you only have black coffee. That means nothing in your coffee, not even if it's under 50 calories. Black coffee, water. That doesn't mean lemon water. It means water only. And also unsweet tea. Okay, nothing in your tea. So those are the only things that you can have when you're in your fasting window. However, when you are in your eating window, guess what? Guess what, girls, boys? You can eat whatever you want to eat, okay? Those of you all that know me personally know I love soft drinks, and I love Reese cups. So I've had those a little bit. You know, I've tried to kind of watch it. I'm trying to cut back on the soft drinks because I'm drinking those a little bit too often. But during the time you can, during your feasting window, you can eat whatever it is that you choose to eat. And that's kind of the premise behind this. The book that we are trying to go by in our group is called Delay, Don't Deny, and it's by Jen Stevens, and that is exactly what she means. You're going to delay your eating, and you may have to delay that 14, 16, 18 hours. I have some people on our group who are getting up to 24 hours of fasting, some up to 26, 27 hours of fasting. But you delay your eating instead of denying yourself of what you would like to eat. So you can change your windows around. You can make them longer, make them shorter. You can change them from different times of the day so that you can eat what you want and not miss out on life's important things that go on. So a couple things that people are saying out there, some unexpected changes that they've gone through. Definitely less tired and sluggish. You feel so much better. And like I've liked to say many times before, it used to be whenever my alarm would go off in the morning for work, I would press the snooze 3 or 4 times. I hated to get up and get ready for work. But now as soon as the alarm goes off, I just jump up out of the bed and I'm ready to go. It makes me crazy because I'm like, who am I? Somebody else said panties are loose. Panties are loose. You know, I've heard bras are getting looser. I've heard pants are getting looser. Somebody else says no more aches and pains. More energy. Thank you, Jenna. More energy. Carrie says clearer skin. Stacy says mental clarity. So those are just, and I mean, all of those things I have experienced myself. One of the big things, like 3 days into fasting for me, I noticed that my knees weren't hurting when I walked up the steps here at home. And I remember telling Brian, hey babe, my knees aren't hurting. And I thought it was a total fluke. But I do know now that it wasn't a fluke because my knees haven't hurt since then. And that was only 3 days in, because you just kind of, as you're fasting, you flush out some of those toxins and out of your body. Denise says that mental awareness, especially focused at work, she's not as easily distracted. That's very true for me. I love to multitask, and I can kind of stay on tasks now instead of being all over the place at one time. So another thing for my group, those of you that are already in Tam's Delay Don't Deny group, if you would, I want you all to start posting goal pictures. Okay, so by that I mean post a pair of pants that you want to see yourself get back in. Post a dress. I know Missy posted that beautiful blue dress this morning that she's going to wear on her cruise. So start posting some pictures of things that you want to see yourself get back in. I know Stacy put up a pair of jeans that she wants to get back in. So if you all could go ahead and start posting some pictures so that we can watch each other get into those things. So we do have meetings on here that will be both virtually and also local. So what we have done, we have created this group, and our group is actually called Measure Me Life. You can go to measuremelife.com. I have a website set up there. We have an Instagram up and running. We have, like I said, a Facebook page, and then we also have a Facebook group. The group is, again, it will always remain private because I do want to protect those of us who are sharing more personal things out on the page, or the group. So if you are in my group, it will remain private, or if you want to come to the group, your privacy will be protected to those of us in the group. I do want to let you all know, those of you all that are in the group, I'm working on instituting some questions that will be that will have to be answered before somebody's allowed into the group. Something such as that they must be interested in clean fasting and following the Delay Don't Deny plan for the new members. That there will just be a couple different questions I feel like that we need to have on there to make sure that everybody's following the same plan, and we don't have people on there who are doing other plans and getting those of us who are fasting in where we have questions and we get confused. So I will be working on those new questions for new members. Again, the meetings, we're going to have those both virtually and local. So if you're in the Louisville, Kentucky area, we will have meetings once a month. So the next meeting will be on January 26th. It's a Sunday night. It'll be in Hebron Estates. We have the community center, and we already have about 26 people who are interested in coming. And I know we will have many, many more that will tune in virtually from all across the country. We have people out in California. We have Terry's out there in California, and she's rocking it. We have people who have joined who are in Ohio. We have people all over the country. I have Sandra. She's from Canada. She's on here watching us. So we have people all over the country who are tuning into this. And I'm hoping it goes crazy. I'm hoping that this is a huge thing. So again, it's called measuremelife.com. So if you want more information on it, you can check out our website. Diabetics need to really double up on the water. That's what Debbie said. She's been into this. Debbie's been doing this for a couple weeks with us now. So if you are diabetic, you do need to make sure that you're doubling up on your water, that you check with your primary care doctor, make sure that everything is good for you to be able to do this fasting way of life. One of the big things is this is not a diet. This is a way of life. All of you all that know me personally know that I've dieted my entire life. This is finally it. This is my way of life. This is what I want to do the rest of my life. It's not just about weight control. It's more about being healthy and being around to see grandchildren, because I have no idea when those are going to happen. But anyway, so let's see. Anything else? How about questions? Is anybody out there that's still watching? It looks like I've got about 20 people on right now watching. So do I have any questions from any of you guys that you'd like for me to answer? Hi, Lisa. Hi, Kathy. Amy Carter. Clothing swap. We're going to work on having a clothing swap at the meeting, the local meeting. I just figured I've been working on cleaning out my closet. I thought it would be a great idea for those of you that may need the size that I have that I'm cleaning out. You can come to the meetings, pick up a couple pairs of jeans that you may just stay in for a few minutes, and then you can move on and give those to somebody else that may need those. So that's kind of something that we're going to work on as a clothing swap. If you are out of the area, we can work on seeing what we can do to hook you guys up with being able to participate with that as well. Okay, so it doesn't look like anybody has questions. I'm not really sure how long I'll wait for this. I am a work in progress here. Do we bring clothes to the 26th meeting? Yes, you will. I think so, Stacy. I think we're going to try to do this at the 26th meeting. We will work on that and see what the process is going to be. But yes, I plan on doing that at the 26th meeting. Terry Bell, I just talked about you being out in California and watching us. So yay. Are we still doing the walk? Yes, we are going to do the walk, Tammy. So if you want to come in from Indiana, you can come in and do the walk. So we are going to do the mini marathon. Like I said, we have a website, we have a logo, the logos will be put on our t-shirts, and we are going to walk the mini marathon. We're going to walk it at our own pace. We're not going to run it unless you want to run it, but we will do the mini marathon. Okay, Debbie, let's see. Please talk about restarting when you flub up, like the pickle juice when having cramps. Okay, so I'm not real sure what the pickle juice when you're having cramps, but I think I know what you're talking about. So as far as restarting when you flub up, so say that you have cramps one night in your legs. Let's use because I don't know about pickle juice, so let's use a banana for instance, because I get leg cramps from time to time, maybe lack of potassium, but so I may have already closed my window for the night. But I feel like maybe I should get up and eat a banana because I'm having really bad leg cramps, or I guess pickle juice when you're having cramps. So it is totally okay to close your window down, do whatever you need to do for your health, and then edit your window. Okay, so I know some of you have already heard this story, but right after the first of the year, Brian and I were in Gatlinburg, and I had closed my window super early, and it was probably about 4 or 5 o'clock. I had closed my window, and later that night, I started feeling kind of lightheaded, didn't feel real good. It was 10:30 at night, and I'm like, really? So I did open my window. I did have to edit the time that I opened my window, so I lost about 6 or 8 hours of time. But I did edit my window, and then my window only went from 10:30 at night until 10:30 the next morning at Cracker Barrel. So I really only had a 12-hour fast that night, but you know what? That's totally okay. It was totally okay because of my health. And it's totally okay whenever you do that for a special occasion. I had Maggie this morning on our group talking about that she had a special breakfast this morning, had grandkids over, and she wanted to just drink coffees while they enjoyed breakfast. And what I like to say to Maggie is, go on and eat breakfast with your grandkids. Go on and eat that breakfast with your family. Just adjust your window or have a shorter window for that day. As long as every Saturday and every Sunday isn't a special occasion, I think that you're fine to adjust those windows accordingly and live life. And I think that's what I love about this. I can remember so many times going to dinner with Brian and sitting there and not able to eat a corn muffin at Cracker Barrel. And I love corn muffins at Cracker Barrel. But I would go there and couldn't eat those. Or what about the Texas Roadhouse rolls? Okay? Because whenever you're at Texas Roadhouse and you're on, that other thing, when you're there, what are they? They're like 4 points, and then you put the butter on them, and they're like 6 points. It blows my day if I ate 2 or 3 of those, right? So now I can go and I can eat a couple of rolls with Brian, and I feel no guilt. That's the thing about this. This is not a diet. I don't feel guilty. I have changed the relationship with food so much. I think for myself, that's the biggest thing for me is I have changed my relationship with food. Yes, Tammy, we will talk. But I've changed the relationship with food so much, and the way that I think about food, the way I feel about food, and just so many things. One of the big changes that I've noticed is how much money I save. Because I'm not buying bananas that go to waste, or apples, or all the fruit that I would buy that I would never be able to eat all of. So I've got, I don't buy as much that I waste, and I don't have to go to the grocery that often. I drink coffee in the morning, drink coffee till usually lunchtime. And I might have a snack or something, and then I usually have dinner, have another snack, and then I close down my window. I used to be really bad about watching TV at night or watching YouTube at night and snacking, or I would see somebody having cereal on TV. Ooh, cereal sounds good. Go get cereal, come back. Ooh, a sandwich looks good. Let me get a sandwich. I mean, how many of us are guilty of that, right? Okay, so some of y'all can raise your hands with me. But anyway, so I've stopped doing that. I mean, after dinner, boom, I'm done. Unless I have a health issue that comes up that I feel like I need to have, if my sugar drops or something, or if there's a special occasion. Last night, Devin's birthday was this weekend. I had a bunch of guys over. I had closed my window super early yesterday, thought that I was done eating. I fixed the guys' pizza last night. I opened the window back up, had a piece of pizza. This morning, I think I only got in, I think maybe 13 hours after church. But you know what? It's okay. That's all right. Devin's birthday only comes once a year, and so I had a piece of pizza, just one piece of pizza and some cookie cake with them. Did not feel guilty about it. Did not have to count those calories, and that's pretty wonderful for me. Groceries are overrated. Yeah, groceries are. Anyway, does anybody else have any questions? Because if not, I'll shut this down again. We do have a group out there right now. It's called Tam's DDD, Intermittent Fasting Group. And we also have changed our name to Measure Me Life. Again, there's a website, measuremelife.com. And we can, talk to you more about this way of life. If you have any questions, if you are already a member of our group, another thing from church this morning, if you could share this with one person. So we have 330 members on here. If each of you shared this with 1 to 5 people that you know of, not who are overweight and you think needs to lose weight, but they may have health issues, or they have inflammation, a lot of inflammation in their body. If you could share that with 1 to 5 people, and kind of share the love with them, this thing's going to grow even more. I look for us to be all over the country, all over the world eventually. I know those are lofty goals, but if you know me, you know that's what I do. So anyway, I've never done weight loss without counting calories or carbs. Is this possible? Yes, it is very possible. So you need to jump into our group, Amy, and we can talk more about it. Basically what this is your body will, when you eat, your body, thank you, Debbie, for sharing with your whole friends list. So when you eat, depending on what food you eat, it generally takes about 12 hours for that food to be burnt up, to give your body energy to breathe, to sleep, to walk, to talk, all those things. So it generally takes about 12 hours for that food to be burned up. If you're constantly feeding your body, you're constantly fueling your body with that food. However, if you stop eating after a certain time, then that food is gone, and then your body is going to use the fat stores within your body to fuel your body. So I hope that makes a little bit of sense, but you don't have to count calories or count anything when you're doing this process. Again, it's delay, don't deny yourself of the things that you love, but just delay when you're going to eat those things. And the scales don't move super quick on this, but you will find yourself shrinking. I'm down a size and I'm eating cookies. So yep, it's true. That's what Terry in California says. But she says she also eats good, healthy food, but this is a real thing. And that's another thing I found today at lunch. We were talking about, Dawn and I had went to lunch after church, and we were talking about how we get full so quick now. You only eat a little bit and you're like, oh, I'm full. Or you crave good food. I mean, I know most of you all have told me, you know, you don't crave the processed food and you don't crave the junk food. You crave good food. And I know that's the same for me. So this is an amazing plan. If you'd like to talk more to us, reach out to me, reach out to one of your other friends who's a friend of mine if they're on the group. And like I said, I hope to see lots of you all, and I hope to see this thing just blow up. Okay? So much love to all of you all. See you thinner.